Hello, everybody. How you all doing? So I got Audrey here, and you say booyah, and I got how you all doing? How you doing today, Audrey? I didn't get to ask you yet.
Actually, today was a really dumb day. My work computer wasn't connected to the VPN, so I didn't do anything today.
That sounds like a
And
good
that's
day.
going round and around, round and round with me over like stuff that I don't even know. It's like, okay, guys, just fix it. Just fix it, guys. But instead, they want to ask for some strange IDs and all this other crap. So I might have half day off tomorrow too.
You had to take a half day off.
Well, no, I just mean where I'm not going to do anything.
Okay. And if they were like computer problems, you gotta take a half day off. That would
Well,
be
no,
cool.
no, not officially, but that's pretty much what I did.
Ah, yeah. No, I mean that happens. So hopefully you get figured out. You can do something. Hello, Lancerlings. How you doing?
Hey, Lancer Lanks. Hey, you say booyah?
Yeah, so let's see what we got tonight. I don't know actually where I'm going with this tonight. I do have ideas of like what's going to happen tonight. So we're going to talk about Hololive. We're going to talk about some slabbing stuff. We're going to be talking about the Audrey Nina slab, which I forgot to bring up the picture for that. So let me just find that quickly while you
It's
all
in the
chit
Discord.
chat away. Yeah, I gotta get that.
Mm.
You know me, I have these amazing PowerPoint slides that I do for my videos, and well, I don't want to have that up just yet. But basically, I could just put it on here. So I'm gonna just slide this in and welcome you all. But we got a few things going on today. I spent,
Welcome back, Wolfsong.
yeah, there you go.
You
So,
say booyah, really?
uh,
I'm giving
there
away
we
a
go.
free slab here, you know?
Well, he couldn't win it anyways.
Oh, okay. He's from out of this country.
Yes, yes. Hello, hello.
Thank you, Lancer Links. I really appreciate that. That's the ass save for me.
All right, so yeah, you missed that. You missed that wolf song. So, what do you want to start out with first? You know what? I'm gonna start
Start with
out
Hololive. Let's start with Hololive.
Hollow Live. Okay, we're
Yep.
gonna start
That's
out
what I'm
with Hollow Live. So, Hollow Live's been very fun. If you didn't see the thumbnail on this video, you should have saw it. It has everything to do with this lady. I just saw her, obviously, but I'm trying to find the double rare. One second, one second, one second. I told everybody on my member only video that, hey, if you wanted a Gawr Gura, you should probably do it soon. And yes, as of this morning, there's only one listing left of Gawr Gura at $12 for the double rare. So, well, you got a playset, right, Audrey? So you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about all
I'm
that.
home.
But you can
But
see
I
the
mean,
craziness here.
I will say I thought she was priced too cheap at $5. So somebody smartly took the initiative and cleaned it out.
Yep, nope, that's what
The
I
five
said. I
five
said
dollars
that in my
is way
member
too
only
cheap.
video. I'm like, you better get it soon because someone's about to do it. So there it is, $12 Gargura. But this one right here, just so you know, is still sitting at 1066. So it's gonna be an
Okay,
interesting.
that's
Yeah, no, and I mean,
that's a reasonable price for that card.
hmm
I have to double check, but I think at JP she's like 15.
well, she's everywhere. That lady's everywhere. I just don't know what I just did there with my screen. So like hit double rares once more. So hopefully you got your playable cards that you need for this. If you haven't taken a look here as well, Mori, which is used in a certain deck, also down the two listings as well. And now it's currently sitting at what is that? 7, 8, 828? 828, that's what it's at. So you can
Scroll down, scroll down.
what?
Okay, the two cards there, the Ina and the Renee. The,
Oh yeah,
notice
she's in
notice
there.
those are both notice those are also both purchased with Gura.
Oh yeah, but they're
Um,
rare, so
yeah, but Renee is like a $10 rare in JP.
right.
So if you guys are, looking to pick this card up, this is the card I think would be the next one to go as far as getting bought up and then prices going through the roof.
You'll know right away because there's 11 of this one right there. If this one disappears, then you're gonna have some problems afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
I ordered 12 of them recently for just to play with. So I
nice.
probably didn't help.
No,
Or
I
no,
mean,
I'm sorry,
but
it was 8. It was 8. I'm sorry, it was 8.
I was actually I was tempted after the talk that we had last week to say, is this a sign of a healthy market? But I didn't want to talk about that today because that could go to many, many places. I just thought in my mind though, I'm like, if there were people that weren't collecting this or just trying to get SSPs to turn around and flip, then it's like, can you imagine what some of these cards would be at right now? Like if you didn't have this amount of supply that used to be here for Gura, right? Right
I
now
can
we're
give
looking
you
at one.
I can give you a perfect I know exactly where Guro would be sitting.
Yeah, go ahead.
When Girls Band Party 1 came out in English, it was pre 2020 hype, and it went for 30, and I think at one point it peaked out at 45, 50 a piece.
Yeah, no, this morning I thought
And
about it and I was like, I'm
Yukina
pretty sure it'd be
Yukina
at 50
at that
bucks.
time was the destructive force that Gura is today.
Hmm.
So, I mean, and literally they're both 3/2 and they're both blues. Both in blue. I mean, it's like a straight I would say it's a straight comparison.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, even then, right? We had this lady, the double rare version of her, terrible Spirit
Well,
Kirby. No, well, because remember what
she
happens?
only hit like 20 before the reprint though, didn't she?
What?
She was about 20
No,
before the reprint.
she was in the 40s.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she was definitely in the 40s back then. So this is a perfect example of one of the what could have happened to Gura had the supply been not as high on it. But no, at least you know what, it was decent for quite a while there for people. So there you go. Double rares galore. You got some rares that probably need to be picked up, but I mean, it was a decent amount that sold. So pretty healthy. It's pretty awesome to see this, and I would imagine some of this stuff will be happening on Overlord 2 when that comes out. So make sure you get your cards ahead of time. This one took what,
Yeah,
roughly
I
10
can't
days?
emphasize enough. I can't emphasize enough. Get your Renee's that she's gonna that price is too low. It is frankly too low of that card.
How about this price? You like the 10,000?
I can't really argue against it, honestly.
It's sold for
I
two.
mean, Suisei's one in every isn't it like 50 cases? A card that's one in 50 cases with Suisei's
51.
worldwide
1 in
with
51.
her worldwide appeal.
Hmm.
She is the most popular Japanese the top Hololive talent by far.
Right.
So I mean, so I can't if somebody paid that 10 grand, I would just go, okay.
I can't, well, at this point, I
I can't
can't,
really argue with it, honestly. Yukina was less rare, and that went for 10 grand.
I can't imagine anybody paying 10,000 for this right now.
They
That,
paid 10 grand. They paid 10 grand for Yukina.
yeah, but that's how hardcore of a fan you have to be to do that. I don't think this is
Yeah,
10,000.
I would say there's more Hololive fans with money than Bang Dream fans with money.
Yeah, there probably is, but at the same time, it's whoever's willing to spend it. Right? 10,000 comparatively to other things is
I I
$10,000.
I would have said the same thing about Yukina, and we're in a much larger market than when Yukina was 10K.
No, I know.
So
like me personally, I just don't think it would sell for
yeah,
10,000
personally,
in the immediate time period.
there's
If you
personally
ask
no
me in
way I'd drop
like
the 10 grand on a piece of
if
cardboard,
you
but
if you ask me in 5 years if someone would pay 10,000 for it, okay. But in the short term, I think 10,000 is just insanity if you're someone's actually going to do that, right? Like
the FOMO is strong.
I
The
would
FOMO is
wait or
strong.
go on Facebook where people have them for $2,000 to $3,000, right? See, so that's where I'm at. Like you're in the still in the opening phase where you can get lower prices. So the $10,000 is just one of those ridiculous numbers to me because there's other alternatives for this card. That's what I mean. Like if you
Yeah, I mean,
wait 4 years
obviously,
out, then 10
there's one
grand
on
seems
Facebook
okay.
for sale for 2 grand. That's the way to go.
Well,
But
yeah.
I'm not sure if there is one currently. I haven't really looked.
No, I seen one where there was like two people selling them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just honestly don't think 10 grand is completely out of the question. I could make I
Yeah,
could
but
in my
what
for
period of
me, no way, but I could
what
make an excuse in my head.
what period of time are we talking about?
Hey,
Today,
if there were
so
no Suisei, if there were no Suiseis on Facebook right now to compete with that 10 grand price, I could totally see
oh
somebody
yeah,
drop it.
but yeah, but there are. That's the difference,
Okay.
right? Like this isn't a
If there
serial
are, then
number. This isn't
if
a
there are,
serial number
then
there where there's like 1 out of 10 or something like that. This is a Suisei
the one
card
in
that there's like 3 of them that you could find out there right now
now
on different sites.
now one thing to throw it out there, effectively when you're an SSP in a set of 51 that has 51 SSPs available to it, you pretty much are on a serial number.
Oh yeah, of course, but
There's
that's
probably what?
you could say
12
that
or
about like a lot of sets, like Review Starlight, where there's only three of these pirates out there, or 4 of these pirates.
yep.
So I mean,
That pirate might as well have have a serial number
a
because of how
serial number really is a stamp that says there's only 10 of these things. Where in reality, let's just say this, let's just make it up. Suisei, like if Bushiroad made it on purpose, where there's only 5 in the whole print run, there's only 5 of them. But you don't know that because they didn't stamp a serial number on it. It could be way rarer than the 10, but we don't know. And the
right.
perception is then there's possibly a bunch of them, but we don't know that. So that's why it doesn't fetch those serial, like comparatively to, like, let's say an Asuna serial number. So because the thought is the Suiseis, there's more of them than what there should be of Asuna, because we know there's definitely more than 51 cases of and obviously you know that. I'm not saying that you
Oh,
don't.
obviously.
Yeah, but really, what's the number? And I don't know if people really know that.
I mean,
So
I've more than once estimated that Yukino was like 30 copies. So I would say Hololive's probably 60 to 100 copies of Suisei. It just talking out of my ass. I mean, just if I'm throwing a number out there, I'm going to throw out probably about 60 to 100.
yeah, yeah. I just can't see in the moment. But yeah, no. One day you could sell it for 10,000. It's just not for a very, very, very long time. Is where I think in my mind. But it'll be interesting. I mean, we've seen people pre-order booster boxes of stuff on TCG Player for ridiculous prices. So if there's somebody out there that sees it on TCG Player and they got 10 grand, well, then hopefully they just use my TCG Player
Affiliate
link.
link,
While they,
yeah.
yeah, well, when they go to do that, that would be great. Because that'd be
If you
one
guys are going to buy
hell
that,
of a giveaway.
definitely use the affiliate link.
That's one hell of a giveaway. Can you
You get
imagine that if someone actually did that? That'd be crazy. That
what's
would
the
be a fun
percentage? I
giveaway.
wonder what the percentage. What is the percentage?
It's like 3.5,
3%?
something like that.
3.5%?
Yeah,
So
I think I'm allowed
yeah,
to say that. You can look that up on the internet. So that's
3%.
yeah,
Whoa.
but so there it is. I mean, Hololive's pretty nuts, but I'm gonna move on from Hololive quickly since we got rare secrets here. I might as well do this right now. So
Okay.
this part right here, I'm gonna be talking about slabbing, and not the way that you think I'm gonna be talking about slabbing. So this in no way is sponsored at all. What I'm going to talk about is slabs, and I know you've seen videos, you've seen posts on it. We've talked about it, slabs all the time, where people are like, you should slab it. It's not worth the money to do that. People don't want to buy it. It looks stupid. Players don't want to buy slabs. Yada yada yada. Right. So one of those things again is just out here on eBay, you can see people slabbing various different cards. Right. We got SPs. We got SRs right here. That's an SR, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's SR.
That's
$52. Can you imagine that? Yeah, nice, nice. So as you see, you can go and find different ones. If you haven't looked yet, I did see this one today. I need to hold on one sec. There we go. If you're interested in a uh, 10, Kaguya 10, there's a current bid out there of $130.50. Time left is, I guess it ends Tuesday at 9:40 p.m. So I think that's a pretty good price. Obviously, you could see that's in English. So one of those ones I've mentioned before is when you look for slabs, there's chances that you may find deals on it. So if you're interested in it, right? Like this is cheap enough you can break into it. But again, this is not what I'm here to talk about. There's other ways, there's other reasons why people slab a card, right? Some people say they want to prove it's authentic. Some people want to possibly sell it in the future, or other people just actually enjoy it being in the case. But I will tell you, there's this person that's in the chat right now. His name is A Rare Secret. So, what I want to tell you about is again, it's not sponsored. This is something that I've seen his work and I thought it was really, really cool. So, I just wanted to bring it up. So, an alternative for slabbing, right? If you don't want to go through Beckett, you don't want to go through PSA, but you still want to preserve your card, you go to this guy, right? Rare Secret. So this is out on Whatnot, or you can find him in YouTube here. But basically, he takes cards, he shoves them into slabs. But the nice part about what he actually does here is the fact that you could see there is custom art on the actual labels. So part of the service here is you get this, and Audrey, you can fill in any blanks here, right?
Yep.
Because this is Audrey's card. I'm sorry, you want to talk about your card here?
Um, yeah, I guess I can. I mean,
Yeah.
basically, this is an Iris SSP in Japanese. It was gifted to me from my significant other, and he went ahead and had Rare Secret slab it up. Now, one thing, I wasn't involved in the slabbing process of this one. I kind of, I found out about it on my birthday. But a lot of times you can pick the art and stuff like that. So you can, do you have any of my others on your slides?
Mm, that one. I think these are only two.
Oh darn. Okay,
Sorry.
I was hoping to use my cuckoo and not Sumerei one. That's okay. Um this is an older one. The branding's changed and everything. To the Rare Secrets branding, but and the QR code actually doesn't happen anymore. So the Iris one is more accurate to what's going on these days.
All right.
But like one thing, his turnaround is usually pretty good. You just mail out the cards. If you want to pay for it, just go on the Whatnot stream and click this custom slab thing. Now one of the slabs I wish Big B had got it, but I didn't know we were doing this tonight. I thought we were doing this at another point. Um, since these are all personal collection, my Cuckoo and Sumere Leela Rare. It's a card with them both on the art. It was literally I did it after this like a day after the second season episode where Cuckoo and Sumere have a big fight about letting the world know that Cuckoo might have to go back to China because if they fail the Love Live contest. And there's a big, big important scene in it where they're bawling their eyes out, having big hugs, and it was really nice. And so literally that night, I'm like, okay, I got to get this slabbed up. And sent it in. And the custom art really, if you're a real fan of the series, you can work your custom art to kind of go with what's going on like that. The slabs hold up really well. And the one time I did have a problem, he fixed it up for me. It's in the process of being fixed up for me, but I took it to the waifu tournament as part of my shrine and it fell off the table and hit the floor and popped open. But I've had pretty much all the others fall and none of the others have opened. So that was a one-time thing. And it was on one of his first ones while he was still figuring out the process. So quality controls definitely got up.
Okay. Well, here, hold on.
Yeah, I don't think I've got
Nope,
that. I
there you
mean,
go.
it's, okay. Yeah, this was definitely what I did for sentimental. And yes, before anybody asks, this is my 5th copy. I took my cleanest copy and put it in a slab, and my other 4 copies are in my max deck. But, if you go back to it, this is one of the things I also really like. If you guys have seen a Climax card slab this climax card sits sideways in the slab because Beckett can't turn their label sideways. So this was like a huge deal for me to get this done and have him do it this way. I think the card displays like 1,000 times better now that I can just sit it on its side. The label's properly aligned with the climax card, and that's something I um that is just something that just made my day when we were able to pull that off.
Yeah,
And I've had him do others, so they all generally have turned out pretty well.
right.
Mm.
So there's your other
Yep,
one. I didn't
that
put
was
all the
his
other ones in
that
there.
was that was his first one, so they
Yeah,
look very different these days.
yeah. So, but here's just so you can see two more. I pulled it off of his Whatnot because he does have these for sale on Whatnot. You can see Elegant Clockwork Kurumi, one of my favorites, right? So again, custom art, right? That is, if I remember correctly, and that's why I say you can correct me if I'm wrong. These labels are unique; they're not
Yeah,
reused.
yep, that is correct.
Okay, so the art is unique. So it's one of those ones again where you don't like the whole non-look of Beckett. You don't like PSA. Check this out. I just thought it was really cool that there's a bunch of effort put in this, customization, and now you have something encased where it is protected, and then you have like it's more of a display piece, I think now. Um, I know the real grading can be displayed, but this is actually nice with the custom art that's actually happening there. So I got Miku there, and then we also got Shia. So just check those out. So really cool. I just wanted to bring this up again. This is an
This is also a really good option if you have like a cheap SR that you
yeah,
really
this
like
is an
because you're
SR,
like,
and that's
yeah,
that's
exactly. That's what made me think about that.
that's actually in the pricing. So I'm gonna just say this really quick. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. If you want to know about his pricing, just stop the video right here and take a look at it. But overall, if you're just sending in one card, it's $25 with return shipping. Obviously, the more that you get, the cheaper it is. You can see 1 to 10 cards is at that 15. 10 plus is 12 each with a certain turnaround. But if you do get it on Whatnot, if you actually are looking at the bottom, on Whatnot, you can pay $12 to add a custom slab to any single order or card pulled. It's a slight discount rate, but it's in less hands on than doing a submission where you go back and forth if need be to get it right. So what Audrey was talking about, figuring all that out. So that is a little bit about the rare secrets slabbing process. So again, if you are not into actual graded cards and you want to preserve it, kind of like what Audrey did here, right? 4 went into a max rarity deck. 1 ended up in the slab for preservation forever, right? Are you ever going to break this thing open? Do you ever foresee
No,
that happening? No. Okay.
honestly, no. No, I've got my 4 copies in my deck,
Okay.
and that's way too big of a moment in my life, honestly.
So it would
I
hurt
mean,
you. It would hurt you if
I
someone broke that
if we're
open.
gonna talk about cheesy waifu stuff today, I'm gonna flat out say that's the moment I fell in love with Cuckoo Tang.
Okay. Well, no, it's a
So
good
to me,
moment.
that's a very important piece of the collection.
Right. Right. And it doesn't
Mm.
have to be anything fancy, right? That thing's a triple rare. I think that's what's cool about this, where you hear people say don't ever grade certain types of rarities, right? But you don't have to when it comes to this. The process, the pricing is good enough, and then you get something to display. Because not everybody can afford like some crazy SP, SSP, Suisei at 2000. But there are some wonderful arts that are in the lower rarities that should be treated just as great. So this
Oh,
is one way to do it.
that Suisei SR that matches the SSP would look absolutely gorgeous in one of these
Oh yeah,
cases.
no, I mean there's plenty of
If
even
we
the
could do that,
Maureen, right? Maureen
with
SR,
yep.
right? So yeah, there's plenty ways to go about it. And a respectable, right? This is cool. It's cool stuff. So that's why I wanted to show this off and all of that. Okay. Full art tournament pack Suisei climax. Yeah. So there we go. This is my cutoff point. If you have any questions, find rare secrets out there, all that good stuff. Okay? Okay. You want to just do your giveaway thing then, Audrey, since I'm here?
Um, we
Or
can.
okay. All right, righty. Okay, so the reason why I say that is because it's next on my PowerPoint doohickey right here. So
Okay.
next one is there was a survey they went out to In my last video, I asked you to fill that out. It stopped today. It's for this Nina. Speaking of slabs, this is a great segue. This is a rare card, and you can see it got a mint 9 from Beckett. So you could just take this one and get it slabbed up. There'd probably be a nice label for that if you were to do that. But anyways, so what Audrey asked, because Audrey is going to be sending out the prize to the winner because I don't have it. It's not. This isn't a giveaway by me. Thank Audrey if you win it because it's not for me. So Audrey asks, "What is your favorite husband or waifu, husbando or waifu? What series do they come from and all that?" So since you're here, Audrey, if you want to read your own, this
I'll
is
read
your.
my own.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, obviously, you guys know who I'm picking. Um, Cuckoo's an amazing girl with a great head on her shoulders. She's proven she's the smartest girl in Love Live. And since I can ad-lib this a little bit, I'm going to point to where she calculated that entire algebra question while she was half asleep, then went back to sleep afterwards. Add that to being super industrious. The girl has built stages on her own, including doing all of the girls' costumes by herself. And she's willing to work her butt off for what she loves. Add this to the straight to the point gal, and you have one amazing waifu. Cuckoo's a girl that I would be lucky to have at my side, and all that, and add to that she's hot as heck, and you have the makings of the best waifu.
Nice. You know what I wanted to see out of all this? I wanted to see the passion. The
So did
passion
I.
and
That's the whole reason I came up with this thing. I wanted
the
to. I wanted
passion.
to see people, go nuts.
I was watching some guy playing Overwatch over the week. I love playing Overwatch too. And all the whole time they were just talking about passion. Like we're more passionate the other team. So here is, because Audrey hasn't seen this yet. I did this
Nope, I haven't
myself.
seen any of the others.
So what I tried to do is get some pictures that go with the people, and underneath what pink and off white actually is the name of the person. So we got Shinobu. This should remind you because we saw a shrine not too long ago
Yep.
of Shinobu everywhere. Demon Slayer, slick design and pretty badass. She is. I would definitely be frightened if she was across me. Just looking into her eyes, I feel like she's gonna murder me. If I was her enemy, I would totally lose. So we got Shinobu there. Oh, this one. I like this one. I read it. Sinon. She has a huge ass and a sniper rifle from Elite Force Steve. How you like that? I tried to find one, I got some thighs there. I know they said huge ass, but I went with the thighs. So
I mean, that second season was known as Sinon's Ass Online. I mean,
yeah,
I can't argue with it.
I actually never heard that, but okay. That's really? Oh, because of the
Yeah,
shorts?
and
Mm.
you often saw her with her butt sticking up in the air with this big old ass.
Uh,
So
that's Ryza. If you haven't checked out this season of Atelier Ryza, then you're in for it, right? There you go. Okay, next one. Sakura from Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel. She's the best because she's beautiful, has great personality, wife material, but she also is a little crazy scary. So there you go. I wanted to put because people have looked for this card before. It's on TCG Player at $4,000. Do you think it's a $4,000 card? Just a fun little question there.
I don't, but I guess somebody might.
Or do you think it's just one of the what did the people say? Oh, TCG Player price, lol. Like is that just a crazy $4,000 price?
I mean, somebody might be trying to get it because Fate Stay Night is very, very popular, and its girls are very popular.
I really
So
love her signature. Signature looks so nice.
it is a really pretty signature.
Mm-hmm. So $4,000, it's right there. She was. What did I think about her when I
I mean,
originally watched?
I'm down for crazy and scary. I'm an Ayumu Uehara fan, so I mean, I could feel where this person's coming from.
I didn't really have much of an opinion of Sakura in the first season, like of Fate Stay Night. Right? It wasn't her show in that way. You got to see a bunch of Saber and all that, so I think she's okay. Let's see. How about you? This is you, Zombieland Saga.
Okay, so many at equal status. I'll use I Mizuno for this being from Zombieland Saga. Realistically speaking, of her age and death, she'd be the closest to mine in similarities. Dedicated to her craft and hard work are unparalleled. She kept busy with her hobby life and work, always being meaningful. Speaks the truth and doesn't care if it hurts your feelings, as she's blunt and cynical to her company. Died on stage while performing by lightning. Wants to be known for who she is now, not what she's done. I's pretty awesome, and that's pretty spot on for her.
You like
She
that?
was actually she was actually so competent, they had to pull her off the stage for a concert so one of the other girls could succeed.
Yeah.
They literally like made up an excuse for her not to perform with the rest of the group to get her off stage so Junko could get out of her turtle shell a little bit and shine.
Do you think we'll ever see Zombieland Saga in English? Bonus question.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. All right. Let's see. Sakura is your favorite Fate Stay Night character, and Heaven's Feel. Heaven's Feel. Did I ever finish that? Heaven's Feel is the true end for the visual novel. I don't know if I did. I'm not even watching the one for this season. Whatever Fate Stay version it is this season around, I'm not watching it. I had it turned on. I'm like, yeah, I can't do it. I can't watch the many iterations of this. Okay, Miku. Look at this. Miku Vocaloid. Just look at her. So got that from Vincent. I will say, as what I was doing over the weekend was I was planning my trip to Japan. Like again, we met, we did our schedules, we made sure everybody got money, Suica cards, and all that stuff. And the girl that we are originally, this whole trip is even about, wanted to see Miku. And when we first did this, I was looking for like if they had a concert for Miku, and there was nothing like that. But I looked on Friday, and I found out that her Miku's birthday is on August 31st,
Yep.
and they're actually doing some kind of exhibit. So now we added that to the list of things to do. So it'll be really cool to actually check that out. And I was like, we could try to go on her birthday. And then they're like, no, it's going to be crazy on her birthday. But I'm like, that's probably when all the cool stuff happens, when everybody
That's
shows up in
where you
cosplays and
wanna
stuff like that. It'd be
yeah,
awesome.
that's where you wanna go. Also, they'll probably have special merchandise just for that day.
Yep. Yep. Well, they're actually doing it in two parts because it's already happening. And they're saying on August 31st, there's going to be new merch added that wasn't there before. So you kind of have to like go to this thing twice, one before the 31st and one after, on or after. So that'd be cool. I'm gonna be adding that in. She looked really pumped. I was really excited for it. Yeah, Strange Fake. That's the one that's currently happening. I don't know what that is, but I just couldn't do it. Okay, so if you can't tell what the screen is for, there's three names on the screen, and they all that well three users that's or three watchers that submitted this. So we got Daniel Bayan, Sensha Zenshin, and Pyro Lambda. So as you can see here, it's all about Asuna. Asuna, she's so awesome, cute, and is necessarily a damsel in distress. So Asuna is the perfect woman of my dreams. She has the will to be outgoing for her goals and is caring of those she loves. Asuna is the full package. She is strong and assertive, but is soft and caring. Who doesn't like that? She can cook the best food in the virtual world and real world. I cooked her a sandwich from episode 9 and it was pretty good. I always like that. Do you ever see those people that watch Food Wars or any kind of cooking show and then they try to recreate it? I always thought that was pretty cool. She's the first waifu I came across watching anime and still has been a top choice 15 years later. Her personality, character design, and VA are all so congruent. So that is a lot of love for Asuna right there. I like that picture. I found that on the internet. And here's some prices for Asuna. Do you see that one? The super rare Asuna lays on a sofa, $109.99. See, that'd be a nice little slab
Yep.
SR right there. Triple rare down there, 89.98. And then of course you have the unsigned one. You got a stamped one right there, and then the one from the recent 10th anime set. So 625, 7 listings. So it's still holding up pretty well, given that there's 7 of them just sitting there. It's a nice looking card. So, any thoughts on Asuna? Do you have any thoughts on her? Oh,
Huh?
and you have that rubber mat for like $100 too.
Well, I mean, I guess since we have 3 people going for her heart, I mean, I'm pretty sure that all 3 of them, or any of the 3 of them, are better than Kirito. So we have to have a death battle between the 3 of them to determine who gets to get her all to themselves.
Oh, okay. Okay. She could just love them
Actually,
all. And
I know Sencha in real life. Um, he actually just finished creating her sword on a 3D printer.
wait, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, is her sword which sword?
The one from the show.
They're not all the same, right?
I don't know a ton about her. It looked like it had like green stuff going on in the handle.
The one from okay, season 1. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Got it. Yeah, she had different swords.
Yeah, he 3D printed that entire thing and put it all together
It's pretty
over the
cool.
course of a couple days.
It's actually it's actually amazing what you could 3D print and also scary what you could 3D print.
Uh-huh.
I don't know where I land on that one yet, but as long as it's used for
He
good,
also did a deck box that's a trash dumpster.
that's neat.
So,
All right, Eddie, you know right away by looking at this picture who it is because we've seen a lot of this. We've seen SRs, we've seen double rare. I think at least double rares or trial decks, cards. We got Rias here from High School DxD. She's better than all the rest, honestly, because of she was my first waifu that I ever saw, but also the mature aura is very alluring and she looks pretty. So, uh, other people probably would have wrote different things, but in the end,
I
there's a lot of
respect
love.
he didn't mention the obvious in her artwork. I respect that.
The artwork. No, I mean,
If you look at Reyes, there's one thing you think about, and he did not mention it in his write up. So I appreciate that.
it's the eyes, right? It's the eyes.
Oh yeah, totally looking at her in the eyes.
No, but if you actually look at the colors, right, the eyes with the hair,
Oh, her
it's
eyes
actually
are very
pretty. Yeah,
pretty.
it's pretty amazing. Like if you actually look up, it's a and see see the top part of the card. Yeah, I mean she looks pretty cool. I'd hang out with her. She probably wouldn't want to hang out with me, but I'd hang out with her. Why not? But yeah, this is obviously $3,000 for a Fujimi rare. There, it's I can see it. I can see why it's expensive. Oh, this one. This is the very last one that we got. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Raiden Shogun. Even though I do not play Genshin, she is bae for looking strong and having her own issues and takeaway to fix. Takeaway to fix. So I've never played Genshin. I downloaded it. Told me to download and play it. I just never got around to doing that. I don't know where that sword's coming out of. But
I was gonna say she's revolution. She's Utne that sword.
yeah, I don't know where that thing's coming out. I've seen many things pulled out of that area from a woman in real life. I've not seen someone pull a sword out of there. That's not even a joke. I've seen people put like
There's a 90s anime called Revolutionary Girl Utna.
yeah.
It was made by the folks who did Sailor Moon. And every battle, that's where the sword pops out from Anthe.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how people do it.
Oh well, in Anthe's case, it comes from her soul, but
Okay.
I
Yeah,
would
I hope
think things
so.
would get cut, if you put a real sword in there.
If I see this is one of those moments again, right? Like when I said about Shinobu, like if I'm standing across a girl and she's wanting to kill me and she pulls a sword out of her chest, I know it's over. Like I don't know.
Her eyes look very dead.
Well, no,
I mean,
you are dead. You're gonna die. You're gonna
she doesn't
join
have
her.
any emotion, and so it's like, okay, I'm just gonna cut you down, and we're gonna call this a
Yeah, no,
day.
I'm just gonna hope it's
Not
quick.
even worth my effort.
I'm gonna look towards the moon or some flowers and hope it's quick. That's all I'm gonna say. On that one, so that is it. The sword looks really cool. I just don't know where it's coming from. Let's see. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh sword was really cool. I do like Yu-Gi-Oh sword. It was nice how they ended that battle with his sword. For anybody that hasn't seen it, I just kind of did it not so obvious to spoil, but it's been a long time. You should watch it if you're intending to. Let me see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people. You know the
Yep.
drill. Audrey's not on here, obviously. What I'm going to do is shuffle this up. Third spin is the real one. And we'll go from there, right? So first to our test, just to prove that this thing actually works. So there you go. There's number one. I'm going to make this quick. Number one. Thank you for submitting it. Thanks again, Audrey, for doing or wanting to give this away, right?
Oh,
Take it off light. So that was again test one. Man, that is freaking loud. And turn it down. Hold on.
all right. So this next one's the real one, guys.
All right. So good luck to all of you. There you go. By a little bit, Vincent. Congratulations. There you go.
Vincent, the chat tonight?
I don't know. So Vincent, what I need you to do, if you don't write to me, well, basically just email me and send me your number that you chose. So email me, send me your number so that you prove who you are, and then also I will need your address, right? I'm gonna give that address to Audrey to mail to you. Okay.
Yep.
That is it. So there you go. Congratulations. That was that.
Vincent is in.
Oh, there he is. Okay, so if you could just
Big B, I'll skip a lot of steps.
oh,
Vincent, I'm gonna put my email address in the chat. Just email me your information.
sweet. I don't have to be a middleman. Great. There you go. If you don't get it, go to Audrey. Okay. That was that.
And if you get it to me in like, the next couple hours, I'll get it mailed out for you tomorrow morning.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. There we are.
Congratulations, though.
Congratulations. All right. So tonight, the other thing that I was thinking about in my head is the future. The future. So we had Gura as being the future, right? Well, actually, not the future. She's the present. Have you
Yeah,
been seeing
Gura's
a lot
the
of Hololive Gura everywhere?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it in the tournament reports quite yet, but a lot of the it's not a deck people are going to bust out in locals unless they're getting it ready for the big events. It's kind of a rough around the edges deck to play. Not particularly fun, kind of a pain in the ass, but it rewards you.
Are
So
My question here is: are there a lot of people playing? I would say foily decks, because the one thing I thought about in my mind, I was wondering how the super rare was doing, and you can see right here, super rare is like $20-ish it's been selling for, currently 21.73 plus 99-cent shipping, 22.72. So is Hololive one of those decks that people are just trying to play with just because it's really good, or is there people actually trying to foil this thing out? Or is that just given up because it's like really hard to get SSPs and things?
I don't want to. I'm just going to speak on what I've seen.
Yeah, yeah. What you've seen?
I think it's just so freaking expensive. Nobody's bothering. The idea of a max rarity deck is max rarity. You don't see a lot of high rarity decks getting, and people
There's no
intentionally building
partial
high
rarity
rarity.
decks.
Right. Or you're going for the SRs, the triple Rs, and maybe the SPs. You don't see that as much. Usually everybody's going big or going home. And Hololife's just too big. I mean, it would be really cool if somebody did put together Girl with just SRs and stuff like that, and the RR climaxes, but I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna say it's not happening, and it would be really cool if somebody did. It's just not gonna be me.
Okay.
So I would think. Can you pull up the Gura again, the Gura SR, and the sales data?
Yeah. Not many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10,
I
11.
noticed they're all different days.
Yeah.
So I would think,
This one
maybe
is
that day on the 5th, somebody grabs, maybe that person grabbed the 4
probably
set.
these. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, but otherwise they're all different days. So I wouldn't.
No,
I
that's
wouldn't
that's
think that's
exactly what
going
I
on.
thought about when I was looking at this. I'm like, are people trying to attempt the foil? Oh, look at this one right here. See. Ooh, ooh.
That's a cheap way to get the SR. That's a cheap way to get the foil for that artwork.
Well, you know
Actually, that's
why
way
it's
cheap.
bad, right? It's cheaper, but the problem with this is the text box. There you go. Look at that. There's a noticeable difference
Okay, yeah.
in the artwork with that white text box
Yep.
right there, right there. So
Well,
it's
if
not bad.
somebody has the money to go for the SSP, they're not gonna go for the SR.
And as mentioned before, right? You don't even see it here. I know people have been looking for this card, and it's just in hot demand. Hot demand.
Well, if you notice something, I don't want to say anything officially. This is just again, this is where I'm just spitballing ideas.
Hmm?
But I've noticed sellers having two copies of SSPs, two of the same one. I saw it today on Global,
Oh yeah,
and I
yeah.
know of a person. I know of a person who his shop on release night had two Suiseis hit in their
Mhm.
cases. So I'm wondering if there's a distribution issue.
Oh yeah, no,
Again,
there was.
I don't wanna say that and say it officially and call I don't wanna worry anybody, but in the private musings in the back of my head, I have been wondering why I haven't seen Marine and I haven't seen Noel, but I'm seeing, Suisei's and multiple sellers having the same SSP, and it's like,
No,
"Huh."
that happened. There was someone that had a case. They put it on Global that they basically got all the same, but like one or two SPs were different. Something like it was like exactly the same. So no, that's happening, and that's what's going on. Like you're having production issues, right? Like what I mentioned, people got not the case rate. Some people got more, some people got less. It's happening. I think again, this is one of those ones they tried to shove out there, where there was a lot of product that was made, and production wise errors happen, and that's why there's no guaranteed rate because
Well, there is precedent for this kind of crap happening. Um,
yeah.
in when Kantai 2 came out in Japanese, I watched a person crack 2 booster boxes. They were literally the exact same down to the card in every pack except the SR.
Yeah.
And that same SR that was pulled in one of the boxes, that person bought 10 boxes from an LGS and they hit 5 of that SR. And out of those 10 boxes, he couldn't finish a play set because some of the rares weren't in any of the like literally no copies of a few rares in all those boxes.
Yeah.
It was awful.
No, that is not good. But yeah, no, I can see that totally happening, and it is happening, and we've seen this time and time again, right? We have uh, the quality issues. We have I guess the mixing of different cards is not happening. People are getting the same stuff. So I don't I believe it. I believe it because I think this partially happened in Hololive 1 as well. Maybe not as bad, but it happened in Hololive 1. Oh, there you go. So that is Marine. Yeah, Hololive's been pretty crazy, but we have Overlord Nazarick. I can't wait to see when the tournament season actually happens to see all these different decks show up. What do we got here? Nazarick? Is it really? Damn. It's like
Oh,
80
that's
bucks.
good.
Holy God. Yeah, people be buying this at $80. So, Nazarick, are you excited? Are you excited to play rock, paper, scissors?
Not particularly.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
Okay.
no, not really.
So again, you're gonna be seeing what Nazarick. You're gonna be seeing Hololive, right? You're gonna see
Gura.
Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
I mean,
go ahead.
it'll. be more diverse than we've had in the past, I guess.
No,
But
it definitely sounds that way. It's going to be pretty diverse.
also, honestly, the Overlord decks are really just a pain in the ass with what they do. Both of them have very annoying. Both ways you can go with it have very, very annoying, rage-inducing, table-smashing, irritable levels of cards in it. So,
Well, good luck on that one. I don't have to worry about
yeah,
that. But have you
no,
I'm gonna move on. Have you seen a lot of openings for JoJo? Has that happened yet?
I saw some posts on Global of people cracking it. I haven't been on Whatnot for like I was out of town all weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
I was probably gonna jump on Whatnot tonight and just goof
Okay.
off and use posts, so I might see some there. Um, the cards I saw on Global looked really good. I mean, as far as appearance and everything.
Right. People are digging it. I know that some people are looking to actually play with it for sure. Strictly Broken did a whole. I know they do it for every set, but I watched that one before I did the video for JoJo. I'm like, okay, we got some things going on here. Did you see? Did you see that video, Audrey, of all the different premium artwork that I showed?
Yeah, yes.
I don't know what the deal is with the. Where did I even put it? It really bothers me. So it's 814 thumbnails. 1 second. The hard part about having all these PowerPoints is when I have to try to actually bring it up. I'm like, where is this stuff? Uh, I can't find it. Never mind. I can't find my JoJo. Basically, they reuse the same art over and over again. Here you go. Wait, what the heck? Yeah. So what they did was the normal they have a different art, and then the JoJo Rare and the SP have the same art, but they don't have any rainbow foiling. There's no gold on the actual SP like they have with other sets. I'm still just searching for it. It really bothers me. Why do you think they do that? Why do they keep changing that on me? On us? Oh, here it
Probably to
is.
make it, I mean, probably to make it easier and more cost efficient.
Got it. Here. So here we go. There is my Bang Dream Misaki, which I'm totally going to get. But as you see here, the middle one has the rainbow foiling and a stamp. This one has the gold around the border, right? And that happens inside of Love Live. As you can see right there, you got the rainbow going on there, and then you got the gold. But then for some odd reason in JoJo, they don't do that at all. There's no gold around the borders. There's no rainbow around there. It's just same artwork, and the normal is different. So it's just so weird to me. Where it's like Bang
I,
Dream, they had to use all the same freaking art. Love
I
Live,
think
it was these two.
I think Lancer Links hit on it. He's being funny, but I think he actually hit on the what I think the answer is. In the chat, he says
Oh,
you don't need to be fancy when you're Dio.
yeah, you don't need to
And
be fancy.
and to be honest, I do feel like sometimes if Bushiroad knows the set's going to sell, they just get really lazy on it.
That's sad though. I was like thinking about that
Yeah,
what you
but
just said. I'm
I
like that they
understand.
get lazy. That's sad because it's like you should have quality on all of it. Or maybe it just costs more to put rainbow foiling around the 3 and the 2 and the level and the cost, but it doesn't make God. Because even this, right? You'd see the border is the text box is gone, right? On
Mhm.
the Bang Dream Rare and the SP. But then going back here, yeah, they even left the text box on.
Now, this was supposed to be a premium set, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
the premium.
pretty.
That's my point. The premium set should be kind of universal. Like it shouldn't be rocket science. Uh, it should be pretty universal what they do on these things. Like why is the JoJo Rare and the SP the same art? Where this one over here, dang this one right here, they have the normal and the whatever that premium is. That's because festival. I think it was a festival parallel. That's what they called it.
Yeah.
And then that's a different art. I was gonna say Suku Fest, but I'm like, that's not right. And then this one where it's all the same three, even though they own Bang Dream, we all have the same art on that one. Just it's insane to me. So premium. What I'm trying to say is, the premium sets. I don't have a freaking clue what they're doing on that at all, and I don't think I'm ever going to know.
Going,
It's
going off something Ty Pruitt mentioned in the chat, and I was actually about to go here myself.
yeah, go for it.
The premium sets have more. I think they've replaced the power up packs or the
Oh
power
yeah,
up
because
set.
they're doing reprints on these things.
Well, they're doing reprints on this one, but like JoJo desperately needed a lot of the cards in the new card, and that premium set's actually going to make it to. I guess you can play it. The Capo premium is going to give that one a huge boost. The Love Live premium really helped out a couple things, so it almost feels like they're doing these premium sets just as an excuse for power ups.
Well,
Instead
you
of
got
doing a
this one
power up
right
set,
here.
they're gonna do them low key by hiding it and doing um the premium set, which the premium set can also have collector's appeal.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Shauna there.
Yep.
Actually, I love that red. I love the red stamping on the Shauna cards.
Right here. Yeah, yeah. No, these cards look real nice. So I could see it. So
This thing is basically a Shauna power up set
right.
disguised as a premium set.
I really wonder if this foiling is actually in red. You know where
I
like normally you could see it in gold. Is this really red? That's
I
actually
would think
happening
so.
here.
I really if they're showing it, if they're showing all these cards in red, I think it is.
Hmm. No, I think it's cool. So why I say home right there was I've seen plenty of fake cards show up, and they can never get the gold right. But if it's in all red, not to say that someone's just gonna go in and make a bunch of fakes with red highlights around it or nothing like that. But yeah, it's really nice because obviously her hair, she's all fired up, her eyes and all that. So it's nice. It's nice accent right there going on. So part of my future talk here when I was thinking about this is premium sets. We are seeing them more and more and more. Do we get more showing up in English, or is this mainly a Japanese thing? Right, because
I
some of these sets that these premiums are for.
Well, the premium stuff. A lot of the premiums right now are JP exclusive sets
Right.
outside of JoJo. So could I see them bringing the JoJo premium over? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I think it'll be appreciated more in the Western market than it would the Eastern anyway. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, keep them coming, Bushiroad. These are actually really cool. But they can't bring over the ones that are JP exclusive. There's just
Oh, of
no.
course not. Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that. But my thing when I was looking at this, I'm like, are they going to make more of the ones that are shared with English? I'm just staring at this and I'm like, are they still testing this out to see if people want it or what's the deal here? But they've been making plenty of premium sets at this point. They've got enough to say they should have an idea about what they want to do. Because we don't really have it. But we had the Hololive one, we had the Bang Dream one. Is that it?
English only has Hololive and Bang Dream so far.
Yeah. Yeah. If they're going that direction, that's what I'm like, are we going to see these in the future? Because as you mentioned, right, there are some collector things in it. Especially I mean, look at King of Fighters. Still, again, I know I showed this week after week, but I mean, these cards look real nice.
They do.
Yeah, they look real nice. Sorry. So that would be cool. I think it would be neat to see.
As on Whatnot, what I think is going to be really funny is nobody's going to touch this set until one person cracks it, and they're going to see the back card, the premium card, and then all of a sudden the seller's going to sell out of them.
Oh.
Oh.
Hi, the Grizz. Welcome, welcome. I think my point with this is I hope, because I think we're just going to keep seeing it. And it's not that I need consistency across the board. I really hope that we get the 3 different arts because as you saw here, Hope has 3 different arts, right? And I like as part of this video, I didn't understand why Hope got 3 different arts. Does anybody know? Like why? Or just give a guess. It's not like you know, but I couldn't figure out why. Like, right? You could do this. You had how many SPs? 8. You had 15 SPs, and they all looked like this. But then for one person, I guess maybe someone really loved Hope, but Hope had 3 different arts. And I hope that going forward in some of these premium booster boxes, that this is the format it goes in. Or
I like what they did with the Love Live one, where the where the mid tier and the original had the same art,
oh yeah,
and then the sign had the third. I'm actually quite okay with that.
oh I'm okay with if you're gonna do what we have right here. I'm okay with that because it still makes the SP special, but it gives you that non-text box on there with a stamp, and you get the rainbow up there. That's pretty nice.
And and you could definitely, as you were opening these packs, I mean, the sign is a massive up in appearance, and the way it was foiled and everything
Mhm.
looked. They all looked amazing.
This though, even though I love Misaki and I love this art, I don't want it 3 times. So again, what happened with Hololive Premium was the fact that people were like didn't have to buy the SP because it had the same art, right? You could get the Holo
Yeah.
Live Rarity one, and then you could just just stop there. You get it cheaper, you get some kind of foiling or shininess to it, and just completely stop. And that's where it's gone wrong. So I don't know why they keep doing this with Bang Dream. It hurts my soul when I see this, but I think when you think about okay, the premium booster boxes can help players in the future. Collectors could pick it up, but it just depends on what they do with the art. Because like when you look at Dengenki, right? Like we have signatures on them, but we've talked before where some people do say like the signatures are nice to have on it, but it definitely helps with the art. And what you're seeing here is the same art across 3 things. So do you really want to open a million of these Bang Dream ones? If you're a huge fan, maybe, but
It also could be coming down to the fact that they're putting out so much so often
of Bang Dream,
of Weiss sets in general.
that they're just trying to shove it out, that
Right.
they can't choose the art.
Yeah, honestly.
I could see that if you have an IP you don't own, unless in reality they don't own Bang Dream. But
Well, they own Bang Dream,
well,
but
no,
it's
I
on
know
Midnight.
because it's on their company quarterly
But they're
results. They're the same
but
Bang Dream.
they're
So
I
then
don't
why
think
do
it
I got
matters if
this,
they
Audrey?
own
Why
it
do
or
I got
not.
this? Why am I looking at this with 3 arts of Misaki being exactly the same?
I would say honestly, time to get the set out to print.
Then you have this. I mean, like, I hear it, but I just don't see it. I don't see why that makes any sense. And I know you're not Bushiroad. I'm just saying, like,
It
thinking
takes
out
time
loud, it just doesn't make sense.
it takes time to Photoshop all the arts and everything. I mean, look at the Masaki. Literally, they just put no stamp, stamp, sign stamp. That's probably 5 minutes of Photoshop, and that and all 3 copies of that card are done.
Right. But they would have it because it's the same company. They could get the art way faster than what they can get
They'd still have to
from this.
Photoshop it and everything.
Oh yeah, but like there's a process. You have to get the art and all that, get approvals for it. Like this is Bang Dream. I mean, you own the freaking thing. If you can't even go take some effort to put 3 different arts or at least 2 different arts like this, then it's sad. I think it's just a sad
They
state.
also I mean, I don't want to be mean to Bang Dream fans because I'm one myself, but the writing has been kind of on the wall that Bang Dream's been collapsing. So this might just be fired out as fast as possible as a little cash grab and call it a day. I mean, Bang Dream hasn't been doing so hot lately.
Where? You mean
It's
in the
kind of
anime, or you just saying that?
all of it. It's kind of ran its course.
Oh no, the financials is still fine on it. Like, if I bring up the quarterly, the financial statements on it, Bang Dream's still doing all right. Yeah, it's. I mean, maybe it's on our side, but no. I mean, if you bring up the numbers, you'll see it. They're doing all right still. Yeah, it's almost like unchanged from the last year. Hey, maybe I'm wrong and I can't read it, but that's what I saw. If I remember correctly from what I saw in the quarterly, it still looked okay.
I mean, we don't have an answer, so I'm just, throwing
Yeah,
speculative
yeah.
ideas out, but
No.
I think it was just either they have to get these done as fast as possible because they got so many sets, or it's kind of a, well, who cares about the Bang Dream Premium because
Come on, Bushiroad. That's all. That's all I want to say. Yeah, so you say booyah. I like the 5th anniversary where the SSP and the double rare lower rarities are different art. Yeah, that's all we asked for, right? You make cards, give us some art. I'm gonna need one of those Misakis. I think a lot of people that love Misaki are gonna be wanting some of those. She's escaped the bear. I mean, she's been out of the bear before, but it's been a long time since I've seen it. Yeah, think how crazy it would be if SSP had original art. I just don't understand. I get it, they're cranking out.
In Bang Dream Girls Band Party, all the SSPs were unique art
Yeah, it's
in comparison.
you're letting me down, but I'm glad you brought it. For all that complaining I just did. You know what? I got Misaki. I'm gonna look on the bright side. I got Misaki. I'm going with it, right? And then we got some more Dengeki. Which, by the way, they use all the same art, which is very depressing to me, as you would have saw this card right here as an SR. And if I just go back one page, you have this as a rare. And I'm like, that's a little disappointing because you only get so many cards of a certain IP. And yeah, you reuse the same art. Like it, some people are gonna be like, this art's okay. If you want to reuse that art right there, you know what? By golly, just do it. So we'll just shove this one in SR. But it would have been nice to see different art. How about that? How about that? That's my complaint. I'm gonna be on that. So the future. The future makes me a little. Look at Sayo. Is this Sayo? Yeah, it's Sayo.
Yeah.
Geez, look at that's an awesome card. That's a look at awesome looking card art. Yeah. Where's their? It's so hard to see your signature. I know it's a character signature right on these SPs, but is that it? That don't even look like a signature.
Yeah, they forgot to put the signature on it.
The
It
hell?
looks like,
What the
but
hell is going on here?
it's gonna be a character SP.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a character signature. Maybe that's how she signs it. I don't freaking know. But it's kind of not here. They really need to use different ink. I get there's like this yellow here. Gold.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That's
That's the
her
character.
signature?
Okay, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Yeah, that's her signature.
Okay. I'm just not used to that. I'm not used to that. I like Sayo. I don't have any of her character signs. Huh. Okay. Well,
I owned quite a few of them at one point.
yeah, I don't have her character sign. I have her real signature, but not a character sign one.
I mean, she is Best Girl from Rosalia.
Yeah, I do love her.
Mm.
So, Dengeki, Da Capo. Wait, is this all? Wait, what? What am I looking at here? Oh, that
Character sign and then Seiyu sign, I'm presuming.
they have an A and a B again.
Yeah.
A, B, what's this one? The Capo. Good lord. Okay. Wait, is this? See, why? Right here, right? You got A, B, all same art. A, B, Da Capo. This one is a SP, a Da Capo. I'm never gonna be able to keep up with premium booster packs. Someone else do it. Someone else do the videos on this stuff because I'm just completely lost. So what is happening here? You got DeCapo, which is a stamp. You got oh, these are two different cards. Okay, wait,
Yeah.
what? 32, 39. These are different cards. This is the same card. This is DeCapo. This is the
It looks like
SP.
it looks like there's three variants. Or no,
1, 2, and this one's all the same. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm never gonna explain a premium booster box again. I think I'm just gonna share the art, show how many is in the box, and that's the end of it. I'm not even gonna think about it anymore. So premium booster boxes are the way now. I think that's pretty much settled where they're gonna mix in premium booster boxes everywhere.
Well, they're. I mean, okay, you only have to put 3 cards in a pack, 6 packs in a box, and you get to charge $40 for. They retail at like $40, and it's probably really low effort for them to do it.
Oh yeah, I mean definitely low effort.
Better card set's got to be way harder to work on
Maximum
than.
money, low effort, maximum money,
Yeah.
maximum. Totally. So, there it is. I haven't seen I know I asked you this before. Nope, both are VA signatures. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty art. That Sayo was pretty art. I do like it just looking at it. So, you told me before that Sunshine in the Mirror is good, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. It's a easy watch isekai. Well, it's kind of like an isekai, but it's not.
Okay.
But it's an easy watch show. I mean, you don't have to know about Sunshine to watch it, honestly. There's little tiny things that you'll pick up, but not anything nothing you need to know. It's
Yeah.
and Yahane as the center character is probably more palatable for most people than Chica was for Sunshine proper.
All right. My thing with that was because I watch Ami Ami from time to time, and
I certainly like the Yahane from Sunshine in the Mirror.
this thing's been sitting
But I
here
didn't
for a
really like
while.
her, I really didn't like her from Sunshine proper.
For a couple days. This has been sitting here, and normally, like depending on the set, from what I've seen on Ami Ami, like Shauna, she was just gone, like gone. People order this thing real quick, right? And then I saw this one, and I'm like, how is Sunshine in the Mirror hasn't really done much. I mean, the case was gone. It took like a day, I think. But these other ones are just kind of sitting here. So, um, is there a lot of people talking about this set or not really?
Not really. It's not doing. I mean, Gigic actually admitted that it would probably be the first Love Live he ever watched on one of his YouTube videos. Gigic, the anime review guy.
I haven't seen them.
Wow. Okay, he's a massive YouTuber that actually moved to Japan so he can be more, in with his YouTube stuff. But
Well, just because
he hates idol shows with a passion and hates Love Live. But he had to admit in his most recent video he's probably going to end up watching Sunshine in the Mirror.
yeah,
But I don't see it. Like, I don't even know if anybody in the chat's watching it. I'm probably like, I know Love Live fans who aren't keeping up with it. I'm so
they better make it very power crept if they want it to sell.
I mean, us Love Live fans are stupid. We're gonna buy it anyway. So
not enough of you, at least on Ami Ami.
right. I mean, actually, I'm waiting for it to hit Nova because my significant other's buying the playset because
Right.
he liked Yahane and the dog. He's been watching it with me. It's like he has not watched Love Live since Muse, but I got him to watch Sunshine in the Mirror. So
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering that because, yeah, I just saw it sitting here. Normally, when it sits here like that, you can just gauge the interest, and that's not very good.
yeah, I agree with Ty Pruitt. Lapis is the best character. The dog is awesome. The dog tells Yahane all the things we've wanted to tell Yahane for 5 years now. Sit down, shut up, and stop being an idiot.
Nice. Yeah, so that's probably why it's doing what it's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had?
I messaged Nova today because I was asking them about pre-orders on it. They said that their playset pre-order should go up tonight for that. And I'm looking now. Yeah, they said sometime tonight for that and SIF 2, so for their playset pre-orders.
Right. Have you done one of those caravans for Shadowverse? Have they rolled
Nope.
through your area?
There's none in my area.
Oh, dang. I was supposed to go to one. I was supposed to go to one. I mentioned that in the one video. I was like, I'm gonna go to one this weekend. I wrote it into my phone and I looked at it and I thought it was on Saturday. And then I looked at my calendar and I'm like, how come it's not here? And then I had people come over on Sunday to do the Japan schedule, like I said. And then my alarm went off, and I'm like, it was like, oh, Shadowverse Caravan, go to it. And I'm like, oh crap, so I couldn't go to it. I was actually a little disappointed because I wanted to get the free stickers, and then hang out, play a little bit, learn about Shadowverse. Have you seen any people playing Shadowverse?
Yes.
Yes. Is it replacing Card Fighter, or is it really just another
Hey,
TCG?
everybody I know that's doing Shadowverse, it's poaching players from Weiss.
It's poaching players from Weiss. Okay.
Yep. Everybody I know who's looking at Shadowverse is a former Weiss player. Now
Okay.
that could be heavily influenced by my sphere of being surrounded by Weiss people, but yeah, I'm seeing it mainly Weiss players.
Yeah, because the cards look cool. I mean, I look at it and I definitely see really nice looking cards. Right? Like look at this Demon Flame Mage and uh Rune Blade Summoner. Really nice looking art. Oh, look at the Penguin Wizard. Holy crap. That's awesome. So yeah, I was just wondering that is because I had this feeling, right, that that's how it was gonna go. Maybe Card Fight would loot some, Weiss would loot some, actual players because of this. I just wanted to know how it actually really is. So is it are those people that are playing Shadowverse now? Are they ever do they still play Weiss or it's just they stop completely?
Um, in some cases, I mean, I don't know for sure to be honest, but in some cases, I'd guess yes if I had to guess. Shadowverse is much more designed for competitive play. It's less sacky than Weiss is, and way less sacky than Vanguard. So if you're looking for a tournament experience, and that's like the biggest thing you're worried about, there's no way you keep up with Weiss and you just go play Shadowverse, honestly.
Okay. So
Especially if you're not super attached to the waifus and the husbandos in Weiss.
all right. Let's just pretend let's pretend this right here was before the boom of collectors in the Weiss Schwarz, right?
Yeah.
I know I'm using paint here. This isn't like the best thing ever. I mean, you've seen some graphs. 1, 2, or 3, right? This is 1, 2, 3. Which one do you feel like this is obviously the increase in players? I didn't type it out, but over time, what does the increase of well, actually, hold on. Bloom. Here's number 4. And this was I should have made the text bigger, but this is the boom right here in the corner, and this is our current day now, right? All the way over here. How much has players gone up or down? 1, 2, 3, or 4 from where it was since the boom? Do you feel seems right to
Um,
you?
so the top one's 1, the bottom one's 4, right?
Yeah, so high growth, medium growth, low growth, or loss of players.
To be honest, man,
Or at least what you're seeing, right? Because we know different parts of the country, different parts of the world are different.
I'm honestly gonna say low growth.
So number
I
3,
think yeah, I honestly think more I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong on this one. But I feel like okay, for example, at my locals,
mm-hmm.
there is a guy who owns more Hololive than I do.
Right?
Okay? He is there every freaking Saturday that we run an event. And he's a great guy. I'm not saying this to be mean to him, okay? He's made his choices. He comes every Saturday to the store and plays Commander Magic and doesn't play Weiss. We only come and play Weiss 2 weeks of the month at our locals because of the travel issues with all the players.
Right?
So it's like you spent hundreds of dollars on Hololive, but I mean, literally, I've never seen the guy play again. I've traded some cards with him. I've talked to him. He's a really nice guy. Just Commander Magic. I can't say I'm just assuming Commander Magic is much higher on his priority scale. And I hate to be blunt, but I'm gonna be a little mean here, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but Commander Magic can be played 24/7, 365 anywhere.
Mhm.
If you know, it's like you're not interested enough in Weiss, even though you own all these cards, to join us for twice a month and not play. You can play Commander Magic before and afterwards. And and this yeah, again, the guys are great. From what I've seen, the guy's a pretty cool guy, but he just has no interest in coming over and playing.
All right.
And I've seen that a lot in this since the boom. I'm bringing him up because it recency bias, but I know another guy who lived 15 minutes from my old LGS, has thousands of dollars invested in cards. Could never even get him to show up to do a demo. I just gave up. I tried for like 3 months. Hey, come on out, we're gonna be there, and just no interest. And now I know some people, a really good, a really good story of this was Alex Hodges. He got pulled into his LA locals, and he's like a super player that plays more than I do, probably because of his availability of local. And I'm sure there's many other stories like him, but my personal experience, I'm not seeing as much as I'd like to see. So I'm gonna go with 3 and be a little sad about it.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, truth is the truth, because it's
Yeah,
remember. So like the theme of tonight is growth, or I mean, the future. What do we expect? Premium booster boxes are a thing. Player
yeah, definitely.
base, the player
Um,
base.
to be honest, I
I mean, Ty says it's gone down
BCS
in
BCS
his area.
Chicago BCS Chicago has been was one of the is by far the biggest BCS, or the biggest. The team event in Chicago last spring was the biggest attendance number I ever remember being at a Weiss event,
Hmm.
or one that I attended. They had 210 plus players. I've seen that event as low as 100, and I think 125, 150 is mid for it usually. So the game's definitely grown. I just don't know if I had to stretch out for 5 years. I would honestly say a lot of people are going to get out in the next 5 years, and it's going to decline.
Do you think it's like this, or maybe not as extreme, but
Yeah,
it'll go
yeah,
like this,
yep.
something like
I
that?
mean, I know of a player who he played for 8 9 years, and he just got done, so he quit, which is fine. He, and I'm sure there's lots of other cases like that. God, there's been a couple points where I've about quit the game, to be honest.
All right.
Something, that Bushiroad does something stupid with the meta and just pisses me off to no end. And I'm going, why am I banging my head into this brick wall?
I see
Or
that. I
have,
see people writing that
or
on
have,
Twitter, how they didn't play
or have
because Alice is everywhere. So
yeah. I desperately there's a person very close to me that I'm practically having to beg to show up to BCS Chicago because he just doesn't want to deal with Alice. And I can't blame him.
all right.
I think we've got something worked out. He actually is excited to play, and he's going to make it now, but I had to work.
But you
I had
still
to do
get
some
new people.
work.
You'll get new people eventually.
Yeah.
Like we got the Grizz right here. He's gonna be looking into Chainsaw Man, which is coming out. I don't even know when anymore. There's the, oh yeah, they didn't set a date.
Yeah, they set a date. It was like January.
February. Oh, February.
Oh,
What?
February. Okay.
February. What?
Hey, Grizz,
Oh, is
don't let my
Licorice
negativity,
Recoil.
downer. I mean, definitely welcome to Weiss, and we love having you.
Yeah, they
And
didn't put the
you
thing
should,
on here
and
yet.
you absolutely should play the game. The game is really fun. Your LGS communities are really nice about it. Are really good people generally. Um, and it's not a hard game to really keep up with. I mean, there's lots of sets coming out, but since you don't have to bother with them, you can just get what you want. You don't have to like put full time. You don't have to put maximum effort and get every set that comes out.
The
Um,
street middle of Texas.
well, I mean, I wouldn't that be down? No, wouldn't that be near like Dallas? Oh, 4 hours away. Okay. At that point, I would look into the Discord groups and play online. Actually, there's a big online tournament coming up for English called the Bushiroad Rumble that you could play in and play over webcam, which a lot of people do when they're in your situation. I
Right.
mean, I'm crazy. I've lived as far away as an hour and a half from my LGS and still went, every event, but I know I'm weird.
Yeah, I
That at
wouldn't
four
do that.
hours,
That's
even
crazy.
at 4 hours, at 4 hours, I'd have to start considering my life choices, honestly. But I know of people in my locals that used to do 4 hours. So, I guess it's really up to the person.
Yeah. And there's no Texas on this list, but more could be coming soon.
I'm pretty sure they'll put one in Houston. They always do.
Maybe. Yeah, so here's all the different locations at this point. So I was actually curious to see, because of those people that said they won't play because of Alice and all that, if they actually join any of these tournaments. So that'll be a big clue. Like as in people that say they won't play or they'll stop playing, but then, they'll still show up to this thing. Not that I'm like trying to challenge them on that. It's more just, again, like, is that a real
Well, I mean,
threat or not? I mean, just because you don't show up to locals, yeah, you could say you don't, but if you show up for the tournament still, then that's a
well,
different story.
I mean, if you're not showing up to locals, I don't see. Well, I mean, unless you lived in this like White Plains or Rosemont or Toronto, I don't see. I wouldn't think you'd travel to the main event, to be honest. But I mean,
I would
also
still
you
do
need
it.
your
Like,
you also need your locals for playing decks and learning matchups and stuff like that. So if you don't go to locals and then you skip to go to Rosemont, for example, I think you'd be at a disadvantage unless you've
potentially,
really kept your hand on the community
yeah.
and what's going on. Um, I mean,
I think there's probably still people out there that can roll in and do all right.
there's definitely people who will. I can think of a case where one player didn't play for a year and then went and kicked ass at
Yeah,
Springfest.
yeah.
So, um, but he was a very highly, probably top 10 player in the country before he stopped playing for 6 months to a year.
Right.
So,
So you can still show up to the show. You just don't have to show up weekly.
yeah.
That's all. I really that to
I
me
still
that
think
tells
I,
me,
I would I would still think you should get some play in to get yourself
eh,
ready for the event, unless you happen to be this particular person.
yeah.
But
See, it goes back
I
to this chart. Like, even if you're not seeing them at locals, will they show up at the tournament? So once I see these tournaments kick off, and if those people end up showing up there, then really it's just at the local level they just aren't playing and they're just playing something else or doing something with their lives. But if they still show up there, in my mind, that means they're still playing in a way.
I mean, at Chicago, I don't generally see people that I don't see at the LGSs in the region. Unless they're, I know there's like I've met some groups. One group came from from South Dakota, another group has come from Colorado that I've played against. So I mean, I know people, obviously those people I won't know, but generally when I'm walking around the Chicago big events, I know most of the people from locals. They're
Right.
I mean, of course, in a group of 100 players, you're not going to know everybody, but there's there's not been any cases where I've gone, wow, okay, they haven't come to locals, but they're here. I've never ran into that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because I don't live in Chicago and I live, 3 hours south, but I've never,
Potentially. Yeah. No, I have
I've never.
people that rate me. I know three in the top of my mind that are going to a couple of them, and they live
Okay,
nowhere near there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a totally different story.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that would, nobody would know. Well, I mean, everybody, it's me, so everybody would know. But if I showed up in Duluth, Georgia,
Right.
which I have honestly talked about doing,
Yeah.
so,
So
but.
the reason why I'm asking about, obviously you should know, when I do my buy or invest videos, what it comes down to is the IP, the art inside of it, and then also meta wise if people are going to be buying said cards. So part of it is if it looks like 3 or 4, then now things need to change. Like if really Shadowverse is taking people away, if Lorcana or some, I think about Lorcana and I'm like, we'll see what happens when that all happens. But that takes away from the formula that I've been using, right? Like if you have a drop off in players instead of growth in players, and it's more collecting than
Now,
actual playing, then that's a
there's
problem.
there's something big that I haven't seen information on yet.
Uh,
What day of the BCS is the Shadowverse event going to be? Because if it's
uh,
on a Saturday, for example, and Weiss is generally on a Sunday, then you're not really gonna, at least at the upper levels, the BCS and Springfest, you're probably gonna get your players are gonna do both. Hey, while I'm here in town, let's just play them both. So that could help. But if they put a Shadowverse and Weiss on a Saturday, that actually could cut into the Shadowverse the Weiss players. But I don't know. I don't follow Shadowverse. So I don't know how they're doing it. Ty Pruitt saying it's not part of BCS and it's going
yeah,
to be
it's
different.
not. They're different.
Okay, then it won't. Then it shouldn't do that.
The schedule's
But
not
then
even out. Coming soon.
that opens up the can of then the Shadowverse players who left Weiss and gonna make the trip out just for Weiss, which I don't know.
Oh, look at that card, Angelic Snipe. Holy shit! Oh, that's cool. Cool PR. I really wanted to go to that demo caravan. I was actually bummed out. I was trying to be like, please, one of them cancel that they couldn't show up on Sunday, and then I could go do the Shadowverse thing. I thought that would be really cool, but I didn't get to go. That was actually pretty sad.
SGR, did you intentionally write that as Borkana? Was that an intentional typo?
Yes, that was intentional. There was no way that was an accident. But obviously, I don't speak for him. But pretty sure that's why I laughed when I said about people playing Lorcana. Not to say that people aren't going to be
Well,
playing Lorcana.
I mean, I'm seeing all LGSs like bend over backwards for Lorcana play, but at the same time, they're not going to have cards for Lorcana play. So it's like, wow, this is going to be kind of a mess.
It's all right. They'll eventually get them. But like what I see,
Right, but okay. Well, that's fine. They'll eventually get them.
yeah, they'll eventually get
But
them.
if my LGS yesterday or next Sunday, I forget which one it is running a demo event on how to play Lorcana. Okay.
Hmm.
So generally I found as I teach players, if I don't get them to buy cards in the first week, I've lost them. If they don't choose to go buy the cards in the first week, they're never going to.
Oh, this is not working.
So my LGS is doing, all this work, and if they don't have cards, I'm just thinking, wow, they're gonna, 3/4 of the demos are gonna walk away,
It'll be fine.
if not more.
I don't see that as a problem. Like to me, in thinking about this, I'm like, I don't see that as a problem at all. Like, and that's just is my
I mean,
thought.
Lorcana's gonna make sale. Mickey Mouse could poop on a card and it would sell for Lorcana, but
Yeah,
as far as Ravensburg has like been hyping, oh, we're gonna have in-store play and it's gonna be so great, it's gonna be the greatest thing ever. And I'm going, okay, players need cards, dude. Players need cards.
yeah. I mean, they'll get them. I mean, I think about Digimon. I think
And
about
Digimon lost players while they were dealing with all the stupid short print runs and scalping
they can
crap.
lose players, but it's still doing fine. Like, yeah, maybe it's not as big as it is,
It can be
or
bigger.
you could
It can
say
make it
like
bigger.
One Piece. But I mean, to have that growth that they have and still have the player base that they have, it's pretty amazing. And I know people that sell Digimon. I know people that sell all different types of cards, and they said one of their biggest sellers every time is Digimon. Like people are buying playable
Hmm.
cards from Digimon. So
Digimon has a really great community.
right,
I'm certainly not trying to knock Digimon. They just are the first example of the mess that Lorcana looks like it's turning into.
right, but then it's still recovered.
It did, but would it have been bigger had they not botched the release so bad? That's the big
No,
question.
I go with no.
Okay.
I go with no because that was a. I don't work for Bandai, but they have this pattern of putting out cards and underprinting them, and then people go nuts for it. And that's what I see happening with Lorcana. So what I was attempting to draw here onto the screen was almost like a flow of money. And if you think back to the boom that happened, I know this is supposed to be like a river wave, but it's not a great example of a drawing. I know, but this is just paint, man. Just go with me. So what you have here is if you think about the flow of money, and Rudy always talks about it, right? Money goes the path of the least resistance. So what you saw with the boom, right? And everybody saw it, or some people, the majority of people saw it, right? You had people going into Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Digimon, because it was the next big thing that you could possibly scout, flip, whatever you want to call it, have money go into. And if you just think back to everything that you saw happen of 2 years ago, right? 3 years ago, you had people going from Pokemon into Weiss, and then when that stopped, well, I guess Digimon somewhere happened around there too. They kind of like happened roughly around each other. You had Digimon, then you had Weiss, and then you had what? I don't know the exact order anymore. I had to go back and look. What you had
Metazoom
Metazoo
was
somewhere in
21
there,
while Weiss was booming. Metazoom was 2020.
right? You had Metazoo. No, you had Flesh and Blood. No, Metazoo was later. It's Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, Flesh and Blood was like late, I think 2019, early 2020. Metazoo was late 2020.
No, it was still going up because they had Crucible War, but you get the idea. So to me, what I see with Lorcana is just another way of the money going. You had One Piece, and now it's Lorcana. Lorcana, everybody is like, that's why it's going up as it is. It's just a lot of people that are going to be buying product just so that they could turn around and sell it, right? Because not all those people standing in those giant lines at Gen Con really wanted to open that booster box, right? You saw the what happened to Lorcana on TCG Player. Lorcana booster box.
I think everybody, I think FOMO is a real thing. And, MetaZoo really pushed this, the alpha set when they did Cryptid Nation 1 and the first edition boxes and all that jazz. And everybody wants to get in on it early
Right.
so they can get the maximum tendies.
Yeah. So
So,
you
I mean,
you saw
One
a
Piece, One Piece was the same thing.
yeah.
And,
So for
I
me,
don't,
that FOMO, that rush of people wanting to get the product so that they can resell it, that only made it into people's minds to be like, oh my god, I really have to have this product. So I think that's what they really go for. They want to underprint, have people want to just get into it for all the wrong reasons, right? Like maybe they don't even like it as much. They just want people to remember it in their minds. So then you have people fighting to sell this thing. You have people that think they want to play it. They'll come back for it because once they get more affordable, cheap prices, more restocks, more reprints happening, I think that's when they come back. And that's what happened with Digimon. This is what you saw here with Gen Con actually happening was the boxes were like what 320 330, and once Gen Con happened, this took a dip because of people coming out here and selling it on the internet for it. So it's just happening the natural trajectory of Digimon, of what you saw with One Piece, and eventually people will play it if they really want to play it. I mean, I saw the cards already. I know Rare Seekers is talking about it on Discord too. Some of those cards, like what was it, the Enchanted Rare? That did not
yeah.
look good. Did not look good at all. I don't
I
even know if they
wasn't
have it
impressed.
here.
I will say that I was not impressed.
It was not good looking. Give me an enchant. They probably have it up. Enchanted rare. They do not have it up. Oh no, they do. They do. Like when it has foiling on it. I don't have a video of it, but if you actually see the foiling of it, it's not the greatest. Not for what an enchanted rare probably should be. And then you have this text box and all that down there. Oh, not so good. I was sad. I was sad. They need. I was like, they need an OFR version of this enchanted rare. Get rid of this box here, please. This is like
Well,
that.
maybe that'll come in time. This is
This
still
this is
set
like
one.
that. This is like that Marine. You know, we couldn't see the bottom half of her because the text box was blocking it. That's what we want to see, but we can't because oh, I had this up. Oh, by the way, I had this up because where was she? Take a look at this one. I had that Cheeseroo too. Come on, give me my she here. There she is. Look at this one. By the way, BGS 10 Black Label 610. This is bids. Out here
Okay.
on TCG Player, $140 for a near mint one.
Okay.
So it's
That sounds sane to me, honestly.
yeah. There you go.
I always said around 4x, so that sounds about right.
There you go. And then not to just have this one-sided. Here is a BGS 10 of Chizuru that's sold for $540.
Okay.
And did I just have her? I think I just had her up. Darn it. I lost her. Chizuru. Mom here. Everyone's girlfriend. Everyone's girlfriend, but no one's girlfriend. Paste, please. Paste. There she is. Oh, look at that top number. So, 649, 925. Which one? Well, this one's the 95. 997, 999.97. So, whichever one you want to believe. But I say that because this is a pristine 10, where this one is a listing with picture. This one's Japanese. This one's a 9.5 already graded, and that one's 999.97. So you'd see the dangers of grading. In some cases, you got a good one here. Some cases, you got, you know, whatever you want to call this. Oh, it's a 9.5 surface. Anyway, sorry. I misclicked, so that's how we ended up on there. But now I lost my Lorcana. Anyways, that was it. That was it with that. Lorcana looks bad. I don't know what the deal is with it. I know people are really excited for it. Would I ever buy this booster box at $330? No, that's insane. That is freaking insane.
Spicy hot take here.
What?
Or you know, an idea that might. I'm gonna throw an idea out here, and you guys can yell at me for it. Does Lorcana fall under the? I've been having a hard time. I've been trying to wrap my head around this. Do we think the majority of Lorcana buyers are buying it because they love Disney? Or do we think they're buying it for FOMO attendees?
Number 2.
Okay.
I'm putting my money on number 2.
I didn't want to assume that and be a jerk, but that's kind of
I'm going with number. Well, I say the majority of it is because the people that I'm not going to say people didn't get it fairly, but I will tell you, there are definitely people out there that have bots on a bunch of different websites right now that will pick up said boxes. And that's where I go. Like when I think about what's happening here, when I see the prices, it just obviously reminds me of Digimon, reminds me of One Piece, reminds me of all that other stuff that happened within the last 3 years. There's going to be people that want it, right? Like that. There's people that wanted One Piece because they really wanted to play it. That's why they got really angry. Digimon, same thing. If you remember on Facebook or anywhere else that Digimon was, people were really pissed off because they actually wanted to play it. But a lot of, right, you generate a lot of attention by having this lack of supply, having the price go up because now people are like, but I want to play this and this guy is screwing me over by not having it. Yeah, and Union Arena doing really bad. I
Oh,
don't even think
Union Arena
Ami
is
Ami's even
awful.
really trying to carry it anymore. I don't know. Obviously, I don't work for Ami Ami, but when I look up Union Arena, ooh, that is real bad. Right? Like, I mean, you got sales all over the place on this thing.
Well, if I remember,
Bad, bad, bad. I mean,
I think it was Union Arena where I looked at the cards and went, "Wow, this looks like crap."
I mean, they have some not so bad ones, but I think it's just, I don't
Like
know.
at least with Build Divide, the sign cards look really good.
Mm, we're here. Mm, yeah, Union Arena not coming back. I don't think it comes back. And they had all those nice IPs in it. They had they had nice videos to show off their game and all that. It's just ugly. Wait, let me. What's the one that came out? Bleach? Did they already have Bleach cards out? Shoot. It's supposed to be a PR. Look at that thing. Look at Ichigo.
Yeah.
He's on sale. Yeah, that hasn't come out yet. Let's see. I forgot they even they have slime. What does this one look like?
Now I'm drawing a blank. Is it
Hmm.
Bandai that makes Union Arena?
Uh, I don't even know anymore. I
Okay.
don't even know anymore.
This reminded me, Union Arena cards reminded me of in the late 90s when Pokemon came out, there was also a TCG boom, and pretty much companies would just print TCGs for everything that they could get their hands on license wise. And Bandai did a Digimon TCG and a Gundam TCG. And they both look like just such generic farted out crap. And it's kind of what I felt reminded when I saw Union Arena. That's kind of what I thought about.
Yeah, you had like all these different animes, and just not where. Yeah, they had movie. They came out with. Yeah, it's Bandai TCG online lobby for Union Arena.
I do also, while I'm thinking about it, Grizz, you had asked in the chat earlier what kind of people go to the tournaments. Um, to be honest, if you mean the big events like Springfest and BCS, there's a wide range of players. There's, a small fraction of the room that are there to be super serious, beat face, take names, and win big prize and try to win the top spots. There's a lot of people there, honestly, just for the free promo because you could sell the promo for like $30 right out the door and the free stuff, and just visit the vendors and just hang out with people. Um, And then I probably fall in the middle tier because I don't walk in the room thinking I can win them anymore. Um, I'm there to visit, I'm there to visit with friends from Chicago that I don't see very often. I'm there to play Weiss. I am there to try my hardest to actually, to make the top cut and stuff. But it's generally compared to what I've seen in big Magic events, it's really chill. And it's not uncommon to go and I've played against people who were playing trial decks. I remember one year I overthought the format of the meta, and I brought this wonky deck, and I think I went 1-6 for the day. And literally I played all 8 rounds because I'm stubborn. And by the end of it, I was helping new players learn how to play and play properly, and coaching like everybody, like the games beside me, the opponent across from me. And you know, so you get you get a really wide spectrum of people that are playing. But I think more often than not, I think if I had to put a majority, I would say the majority of the players there are like, it would be really cool to top 8, but we're here for fun. And if you mean LGSs, honestly, most of the time the LGS local weekly, bi-weekly, whatever the store does, they do um you're there most of the time to play fun decks. You're there to play your waifu. You know, I mean, sure, winning is fun, and getting the prize payout from the shop is great. And in my case, my Facebook gets the winner gets the banner for the week, you know, as their kind of little trophy. But you know, most of the time, though, it's playing the characters that you really like and stuff. And Um, what do you can you follow? I see that you just I see that you just kind of followed up with a question, but I don't quite know what you mean. Can you clarify that for me?
Uh
Yeah, I'm
oh.
waiting for Licorice to follow up on he just asked something, but I'm not sure I quite understand what he means.
No, I was just bringing up Force of Will. And I was like, I hit the thing thinking it would bring up the list, and I'm like, how am I supposed to get these cards? I've not looked at Force of Will ever. I know. Did you see the Ghost in the Shell Force of Will cards?
I've actually never seen a
I
Force
have
of Will
never
card
seen a
until just
Force of
now.
Will card until literally this moment in my life. They wow, that's Snake. It looks scary. I don't like snakes. I mean, I don't mind. I've held snakes before, but they are not my preference in pet. But looking at that thing is mesmerizing, actually. That is, I don't know how to describe this or what I'm thinking in my mind. I'm just looking at it and
It's a snake with cute face. Okay, all right.
I don't know.
I've owned snakes. They've never made cute faces.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, Union Arena I think would be okay here. Their website, they actually have a website for English side. And I know I've been talking with somebody about like, is it ever coming to English? I mean, if they're ever gonna come to English, I think it needs to happen soon. Like it needs to happen soon because I can't imagine. I'm assuming, and this may be completely wrong, that they are not doing well. I've seen it on Twitter where shops are having a lot of this stuff on sale, and I mean on sale, like not even remotely close to what these prices are showing here on AmiAmi. Like they are trying to just get rid of it, is what's happening. So I think in my mind it would be losing money, but I could be totally wrong. I haven't looked beyond that. I just imagine if they want to put it out in English, they should do it soon, like sooner than later, before someone changes their mind and just says just shut it down. So that's my thought on Union Arena. It has so many good things going for it. Like I love Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, and this comes out September 29th, and they need to hurry it up. They really need to hurry up.
Riz, going to what you're just followed up with me. Um, Generally everybody who is in the room at one of those events is there to play. Um, Now their motivations might be to sign up and play a round or two and get their promos and go home, or their motivation could be to win the whole thing. But generally, everybody in there isn't just people spectating usually. I mean, people are welcome to. There's nothing to say they can't in the rule and visit the vendors and stuff. I've tried to talk Big B into doing that several times. But everybody generally is there because they're interested in Weiss and interested in planting Weiss.
Wait, do what? What do you want me to do?
When I've told you more than once, go to the West Plains one and go and hang out and buy stuff from the vendors and get free promo cards.
Oh no, normally it's I'm just busy. Like I honestly am just busy. I don't have time to go do card games or I like even then I just tried to do the Shadowverse Caravan. Like I've been talking about it for weeks how I wanted to go, and even then I in the end I still couldn't go. So it's just I'm overbooked at this point. But I would like to go. I'm down. I'm down to go. I like to do different things. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if Force of Will is for me. This is not it.
That doesn't look very much for me.
It's not for me. This reminds me of like Battle Spirits, but with more anime.
Yeah, but Battle Spirits pays you tons of money if you win their tournaments.
Yeah, one well up to what is it? Prize pool of $1 million. I know it's not
Yeah.
$1 you win. It's a prize pool.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll take 100 grand for winning a tournament.
Oh
That's
yeah,
pretty nice.
yeah. So no, Force of Will is not for me. Okay. Is there any last questions? Because that is it for me. It is late, and that is so. That's the. What do you think about the future? The future. I guess we're saying that Weiss Schwarz is going into, or Bushiroad is going into many different directions, and it's potentially poaching some of their own players of certain card games into another
That's
card
what
game.
Bushiroad's done since I've known of Bushiroad. So this is kind of nothing new under the sun, but they always seem to survive and never get punished for it. So I just don't. I think, and the only reason I'm saying that White Schwartz is going to decline is because because it just recently hit a peak. I can't imagine it going up any further than it did with the 2020 boom. So I don't think. Do I think the game's going to be dead in 5 years? No, I don't at all. I don't even think it's going to be retracted to where it was in 2018, 2019. I don't think it's going to retract that far. But do I think it's going to be 2021 high? Nah.
Yeah, and that well, you're talking about players, or you're talking
Yeah,
about just yeah.
all the above actually.
Yeah, all of it. But yeah, I mean, well, because we knew from this recent amount, like you had more collectors coming in than new players, so new people, right? But if
Yeah,
if you're not, and
I'm
some
meaning
people
in
are
general.
just naturally just dropping out, but if you're not getting as many new players, then that breaks the equation on like case prices where SPs and playable cards. You could sell some of the playable cards, but if there's not as many players that go around to buy said playable cards, now you're gonna have to make up for it in the SPs, or people just are gonna buy less and drop out. Like sellers will just buy out, will leave completely. Um,
You say booyah, I get where you're coming from on that. And yes, every new set does draw in people. I'm not saying the game's not going to, but I kind of don't I don't think the attrition rate's gonna hold up. I think that yes, new people are gonna come in, but more people are going to leave than are coming in, and then it'll restabilize out.
well, it's
Um,
more like how many people can you keep? Because you had people from Ruby, you had people from Seven Deadly Sins, you had people from um, Avatar, and I know I just picked English exclusives, but that's where a lot of
right,
newer
of
people
course.
came from, right? So, did those newer people stick around?
The average I've heard it estimated that the average lifespan of an Magic the Gathering player is 2.5 years. And now that's factoring in like people that have been playing for 10 to 20 years
Right,
on the high end. So you've gotten this big swell of players the last couple of years, which is awesome. But I don't think, things are going to be as I don't think you're going to get that big swell of players again unless something big happens like 2020. So I just think that the 2.5 years, let's just say it's the same for Weiss. I just don't. I think the 2.5 years are going to run out. Those folks are going to get bored and move on, or have change of life ish things that make them have to move on, like kids, new house, etc. And we don't have, and because it was such a big swell that brought everybody in, that I just don't think we have another one coming up unless something crazy happens to reinforce the ranks of the people who've moved on in the 2.5 years. And I
right,
don't and I don't think that's Weiss's fault. I don't think that's Bushiroad's fault. I don't think it's the Weiss community's fault. I don't think it's the animated sets that they're printing. I don't think it's overprinting. I don't, the things we complain about, I don't think it's those issues at all. I think it's just natural. It's just going to be a natural occurrence.
right. Check out this
The
Dragon Ball
greatest
card. Whew.
The
Looks so
Grizz,
good.
oh,
Looks so good.
DBZ foils are
Oh yeah,
bogus.
no. I love when my sister comes over here and is like, "You want to open some with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah, I want to open some with you." They're so nice. They're so
Uh,
pretty.
the Grizz, COVID itself and the lockdowns didn't help, but the financial boom that happened with the loan money, the stimulus payouts, and all of that, the crypto boom, all of that really helped put TCGs on the map, and Weiss caught that wave in that time frame.
Yeah.
So the whole TCG market went up, especially Pokemon, but Weiss got lifted up because of that. You know, people like Rudy and Alpha Investments were getting a lot more views. He goes and tells everybody Weiss is an amazing investment, shows off some absolutely gorgeous cards that people decide they want, and boom, after that video was made, everybody, Weiss boomed in popularity all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Hmm.
So
So it helped. I mean, there's new players
COVID
that came in
did
for
help,
sure.
but now I know of COVID having massive destruction to local play events and stuff, so it did hurt the player base a little bit, but most of those have recovered since from what I've seen. And all the new and the collectors who've come over and decided to join us as players, they've definitely helped out and we'd love to have them. I really want I really I know that local person I'm referring to. I'd love it if you joined us. It's like, come on, dude. You own all the cards, let's go. Uh,
Yeah, Dragon Ball got some nice stuff. Yeah, no.
uh-huh.
So in the end, yeah, like more
Uh-huh.
people came in. It's cool to. I think it'd be cool if you just try out to play a game if you have someone to play with. If not, you can play online. They also have a simulator as well that you can try out, but
Rare
whichever way you want to
Secrets
do it.
Rare Secrets and his former business partner almost got me playing DBZ. Just showing off how awesome those cards looked. It was like, doggone it.
Yeah, they look awesome. They look great. The texture is really nice on the foiling
That one
too. So
also, because I live in a remote, boring part of the world, I really, really value local tournaments. I just didn't have any in my area that I could attend. I could travel, generally the same distance and play on a Saturday, but well, I'm sorry, I'm playing Weiss.
yep,
Cuckoo's better than Goku.
yep. So that is
Well, the Grizz, it isn't just the art, it's the foiling on those cards. If
yeah,
you
they're
want
nice.
three gorgeous foils, DBZ's the way to freaking go.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, well, that is it for me. I'm ending. I'm going to sleep.
I'm
But
going to
I will
sleep
say
too.
this is my last live for a long time, so we will see where that goes. I mean, again, next week I'm not going to be doing this. The week after I'm going to Japan, so I am out, heading off. So and then I don't even get back from Japan until the 14th, but I don't go back to work until the 18th. So I'm going to be gone. I am having 25 days off from work in a row, which is going to be insane. So we'll see how this all works out. I will do videos ahead of time, I guess. We'll see. We'll see if my schedule allows it. But I don't know. You'll get what you get. But I do hope since this is live and I'm talking to you now that if you need anything, as always, you can hit me up here. Where's my thing? You can hit me up here, and I don't even have it ready. Where is it? This. Here. Write me here. And any of those places, I might put some stuff up on Twitter about Japan. I might put it on YouTube. I have no idea. All I know is I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna have fun. I'm not working. So it should be excellent. But I want you all to make sure you have a lot of fun. Don't keep thinking about card prices and all that stuff. Just go out there and have a live your life, have some fun, do it wisely. Don't actually budget. Make sure you don't spend all your money on one place because there's so many cool things that are coming out. So it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be fun to see meet Miku. I actually that girl that likes Miku. I think she's really excited. She might cosplay karaoke, which would be really neat to actually see if I could get her to do that. So that's one of the other bits that I'm excited to do. But hopefully no typhoons come and I get swept away. But if not, then it was a pleasure talking to you all. Yeah, because you never know what's gonna happen. But I'll have a video right before I leave, I guess. So anything else? Anything
Um,
else, Audrey?
no, I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you don't want to bother Big B while he's in Japan, I'm gonna be bored stiff on Monday nights now. Um, so feel free. I use my name as you see it in the chat here on Facebook, and you can reach me practically 24/7. I'm always on Facebook. If you just want to talk or have questions and stuff, I try to answer as soon as I can. I've even left my email on the chat. So, if you're got a question or something, feel free to hit me up. I definitely don't mind taking them since Big B will probably be off the internet and buying waifus. So
Yeah. Oh yeah, I
I'll
should have
throw,
said
I'll
that.
throw, I'll throw
Yeah.
that out there.
Yeah. So obviously I'm gonna put up videos. They're just gonna be scheduled. But at the same time, I probably won't be able to answer comments as much as I do. If you send it to email, I'll eventually see it. But obviously everything will just be a lot slower.
Maybe we can bug Rare Secrets to do a Monday night whatnot stream, and we can all jump on there and buy his slabs and
Go on
talk
one.
there.
Yes, you can do that. But yeah, so I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just more that I'm out there being in the world and
You're in
living.
Japan and
Yeah.
you're walking through Akihabara. Why are you talking to us?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Get your
I mean, I
priorities right,
guess.
sir.
I guess. No, I know. I'm not gonna be on my phone all that much, so I don't plan on to. I actually don't do that all the time. I'm that guy that if you ever go to a restaurant with people, you very rarely see my phone out. Like it's all the everybody else, because it's like I'm trying to live in the moment. If they're on their phones, I'm just talking to somebody else. So like I try to do that anyways. I try to talk to other people. If someone's actually just ignoring and just on their phone, I will literally lean over to the person that I have no clue who that is and just talk to them. Because I go out to actually talk to people, not to be on my phone. So that's everything. All right, well then, everybody, thanks again for being here and all on this live and all the other lives. I really appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. I don't know if I'll be doing these when I come back. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows? But uh, we shall see. But again, thank you so
Well,
much. Have a
that being said, I do want to chime in then, Big B. I wasn't sure if you were going to say that or not. That's why I
yeah.
haven't
I
said
don't know.
anything. Okay.
I don't
Well, first off, guys, there's 11 of you and there's only 8 likes. Let's get on that
know.
and fix that. Also hit the subscribe button because he's going to be doing more videos. But I do want to say, if Big B does choose to end the live streams, I look forward to them. I looked forward to them every week, and I really enjoyed spending time with everybody here in the chat and talking to you guys, hanging out with Big B and talking to him. Even when things would get a little on the edgier side of things, I still really enjoyed it. I thank you guys for giving me that opportunity and Big B for letting me come on and do it. And I will say every time, even when the street, it looked like we both wanted to rip each other's guts out. We've definitely been friends afterwards, and it talked, it hung out, and just usually talked about barbecue a couple times afterwards. Um, but again, I just want to thank everybody for coming in and enjoying the stream with us and letting listening to me ramble. I really, really appreciated that, and I'm grateful that you guys would take the time out of your day to do that. So, thanks a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, all good.
Hopefully Big B continues to choose these and continues to decide to let me run my mouth on them.
You know what it
Um,
you know what it
but
is? You know what it is? It's that whole living the life thing. I don't and I've talked about this on like the content. I made a video about content creation on Weiss Schwarz, but
mhm.
I don't know if people really understand the amount of effort it takes for people to make videos. And I'm not just talking about me, right? Like this isn't just the me thing that I'm talking about. I'm talking about like everybody that does it, everybody that has I don't want to say guts to do it. Like that seems very not right to say, but the people that are willing to put themselves out there and do this video. There's some videos out here that people put that they don't even put music. It's just complete dead silence. You know what? I have respect for that. For at least, turning on the camera or whatever you got and doing it, because takes a lot of time. Like I said, like my videos that I've made to this point, they've been, I will tell you, they take like 4 hours minimum to even do. And you might think it's like it's nothing, but when you think about finishing work and then putting 4 hours in to record it, and people do a better job than me. They do editing, which I can't imagine how much time that. Well, I've done editing before. I know how much time it takes. It takes a lot to do all of this. Everything that goes into actually content creation. And then what happened over the weekend was what I meant by like I talked to the other person. So over the weekend, I went out with my wife and her two friends, and I looked over and I saw this lady. She had a party. It was her 75th birthday, right? 75 years on this earth. And there was at least 14 people there. They had her right in the middle. They put like three of the youngest people surrounding her, and those young people were either on their phone or talking to the other people. And I'm like, it's her birthday, right? Like she's the lady in the middle, and you people are on your phone and not even looking at her. And I'm like, that is not the life I want to live, where um, you're supposed to be living, and then you have people playing on their phones. I just want to experience. I walked up to her and I told her I would buy a drink and we would do shots and all that. And then like the table came to life and everybody's like, yeah, do the shot, do the shot. It was just a lot of fun. So then I'm like thinking about this Japan trip. And in this Japan trip, there's going to be moments where I'm just going to be out there, even though I'm traveling with three other people. I'm going to go out at night, do my thing, have fun with just random people. And I think that's a lot of fun. So then I think about this content creation thing. And even though I enjoy doing it, I've done it for what, 2.5 years now, made like 400 some videos. It's insane. But then I'm like, how much time am I losing here? Like, my wife is like sleeping probably right now and all this other stuff. And I'm like, even though this is very gratifying to me, like to do this stuff, at the same time, it's like I'm missing out on life, right? Like life's happening around me and I just haven't, for the like last 2.5 years, if you really just actually add up the amount of videos, right? Like the amount of videos and multiply it by 4 or more hours of whatever free time you have, right? So you have weeknights and then you have weekends. That's it. Because, right, I work crazy amount of hours at work. Then it's like you think about it, it's like I gave up a lot of time the last 2 years, and I'm not getting any younger. No one is. So then I'm like, we'll see that's what I'm saying. I'm going through like this thing in my mind since it's like almost my birthday, and then I'm just going on a trip for 25 days. 25 days will do a lot to a person when you don't actually have to do this kind of stuff. So that's why in my mind I don't know which direction I'm going to be pulled in at this point. But yeah, like this video right here. Wish I was here. Right? This if you watch this video, you could kind of get where my head was at because it's exactly where it is right now. If you watch this video, so it's a lot. It's a lot of time and effort. I mean, no matter what people make video wise, whether you hate it or whatever, I respect it. I think anybody that actually does this, it's pretty incredible. And I try to watch it. I don't write comments because I'm sitting. I leave it on while I'm working, so then it just like goes. I just go to the next video. But definitely respect for anybody that does this, and it's just a lot of effort. But again, it's a lot. I wouldn't be doing it without you, so I really appreciate all of you. So that's why I say I don't know what's gonna happen after Japan. I honestly have no clue. I could come back and be like, screw this, I'm not doing it at all. I could come back and do many more videos than what I've done in the past. Who really knows? It might re-energize me or it might make me yearn to experience life more so. And if you're at dinner, my other thing is you probably should celebrate the people around you and not be on your phone or talking to other people, especially when someone's 75 years old. Like, what the fuck? I was actually semi pissed when I was happy to celebrate her, but I was semi pissed that I even had to do that. I mean, I guess I didn't have to. I interjected myself, but that lady lit up. You should have saw her face when I went over and did that. So think that gave her a little bit of a story, I think. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but that's where my head's at. So it's nice time. Yeah, no, they just ignored her. I was like, what the heck, man? If that was my grandma, I'd be celebrating her. We'd all be celebrating her. The only time we'd have our phones, I'd have my phone out is to take a picture or video. That's all that would be. But no, it's your grandma. Yeah. Not everybody has grandparents anymore. So I just think about that and like how blessed they are to have her sitting at that table to celebrate it. Oh, it's a little sad. But you know what? She smiled when I went over, so I'll take that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So again, thank you, Audrey. Thank you all for making this all possible, and we'll see what happens afterwards. But yeah, if you want to keep up with me or anything like that, feel free to send an email, write in the comments. I might not get back to you as soon as possible as I've done in the past, but I'm also out there on Twitter land, so you can always write out there as well. Okay? Okay. All right, well, that's everything. I will see you all later. As always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.